you are spiritually ready and prepared for the work for which you came, namely to life in the three-dimensional world, but not to it through a consciousness that understands that the negativity that is rampant all over the world right now indicates the presence of a high-frequency light that destroys many things. What keeps humanity in bondage. Temples built on sand must crumble and dissolve both within and without to be replaced by something that has a new and higher resonance. The habit of interpreting the world's problems as three-dimensional problems is not nothing to do with the ascension process remains strong. Let go of any notions of how things should or shouldn't be because the human mind is unable to see the bigger picture. Stand in the light of your higher spiritual awareness and just observe the high-frequency energies that are pouring into the earth at this time, as well as those that you automatically carry with you in consciousness, serve to destroy that which is not. Vex them. This means that many traditions, beliefs and many so-called right ways continue to be destroyed. False beliefs are created, held and maintained only by believing in them, and not by God. As more and more people awakening to unity and higher truths, much of what was created from beliefs in duality, separation and two forces will simply disappear. You may be surprised at so many natural disasters, but remember that the earth is a living soul that is also must purge pockets of lower resonant and denser energy. Gaia's body and waterways have been thoughtlessly polluted, built, used for war, parts depleted of oil, minerals, used as a dumping ground for garbage and nuclear waste, covered concrete, cut down, poisoned and considered something that people for generations can use selfishly for monetary gain. Gaia, a living soul, a divine idea in the mind of God, and she decided to reclaim herself. The second and important point about natural disasters is that for many they are an introduction to the idea of unity. They often serve to open the hearts and minds of those who thought they were separated from the problems or needs of others. For the first time they begin to notice, recognize and even help the needs and difficulties of others. This may well be their first step towards unity. Everything that is embodied in the divine consciousness is endlessly held in place by the divine law, which cannot be broken or changed. If a lack, illness, limitation or dissonance of any kind were embodied in the divine consciousness, they would automatically exist forever, held in place by divine law and could never be changed or healed. That is why it is foolish and actually idolatry to ask, pray or make sacrifices to some 3D representation of God in an attempt to get him to fix, heal and change something that doesn't even exist in reality, and it just gives more energy to the illusion. Believe that since there is only one, it is the basis, law and essence of all things. Where could anything other than this come from? Knowing and accepting this, you automatically begin your evolutionary path to becoming a realized state of consciousness, in which these truths will then begin to be expressed outwardly. Never lose sight of the fact that the intellectual knowledge of some truth is only the first step. It must become our consciousness before it can manifest, because consciousness is the substance of the form. Spiritual awareness means you no longer judge appearances according to generally accepted ideas about how things should or should be in order to be right. Drop any beliefs about right and wrong, good and bad, and know that good material manifestations are just as illusory as bad ones. God. Allow yourself to accept and fully trust that there really is a God, infinitely expressing, manifesting himself as. Beliefs contrary to this constitute mind-formed representations of reality, an illusion. Ask yourself, could the omnipresent God take pleasure in suffering and destroying himself in the form of humans, earth, animals, nature spirits, elementals, and many other life forms that humans are unaware of? If there is only one life, why do most consider themselves separate from other life forms? How can a self-sustaining, self-sustaining source shape itself as something destructive to itself. What do I believe? What and who is the God of my consciousness? Answer the inner doubts that may arise in your mind by reminding yourself that abundance is already there, security is already there, health is already there, harmony is already there, fullness is already there. There is no need to struggle, to pray, to perform ceremonies and rituals, to beg or beg, to bring pain and suffering to God in the belief that God loves your suffering, to go to church or to refrain from all human. To achieve this, who is already fully present in you and as you. If there is only one life, why do most consider themselves separate from other life forms? How can a self-sustaining source shape itself as something destructive to itself? What do I believe? What and who is the God of my consciousness? Answer the inner doubts that may arise in your mind, reminding yourself that abundance is already there, security is already there, health is already there, harmony is already there, fullness is already there. In believing that God loves your suffering, going to church or abstaining from all human. To achieve this, who is already fully present in you and how you are. Believe, trust and live the truth, and this will become a state of consciousness that you know and worry. Everything I was looking for, I already have. We are the Arcturian group. Greetings. Know that we and many others currently working with you on this side honor, respect and appreciate the work you do on the front lines. Even if it seems to you that you are doing nothing, know that the very presence of your state of consciousness helps to uplift the collective world. We are assisting the earthly ascension process from the side, but you have more difficult work to do to work in it without being from it. This is a message of trust. You came to Earth full of hope and excitement, confident that you were well equipped to play a part in the Earth's ascension process, but after years of waiting, seemingly without change, many of you are discovering that your trust in the process is waning. Ask yourself if you have trusted 3D representations of the ascension process. How it will or should look, unfold, and when. The ascension energy is currently being felt by most as a weakening of the trust that most have always had in government, healthcare, education, and religious leaders, indicating a collective awakening in personal strength. A weakening of trust and doubt in long-established authorities, no matter how subtle they are, however, a sign of change and awakening. The ascension process. Even the spiritually awakened can be tempted to lose confidence in a world of chaos, war, increased violence, natural disasters, and leaders more focused on re-election and the game of king of the castle than at work for the good of those they were chosen to serve. You may ask, was I wrong about all of this? Is there really a divine plan? Is the earth really ascending into a higher dimension?